Alright, so I just tried to fix that a little bit. Alright, so the reason I'd said from the 13th week, is because trimester 1 is 3 months, which is 12 weeks. So the first 12 weeks are embryo stage, and then from the 13th week, it's fetal stage. So everyone alive today is basically a chromatid that was formed after the year 676. So even though up until now I've been, oh sorry, this is part 4. You can anyway, you know how to read. It's on the screen. Shut up. So people on their first incarnation group move into their second. Your group members are going to be anyone that was born after the year 676. And because up until now I've been saying we are DNA and we are the codon letters and that because that doesn't apply for everyone, from now on I'm going to try and stick to just that we are the chromatids, because at least then that includes everyone. I thought that I was from the sperm, from Jesus. I thought I was Jesus's DNA, but I was part of the oocyte, which is the egg, Mary Magdalene's egg. But because we are quantum physics and biology viewing each other, we thought we were what we were viewing, right? And that's why people are confused. And anyway, so because I was part of the oocyte, once the embryonic stage turned into the fetal stage, I then moved from my first incarnation group, which was part of Mary Magdalene, it's her genetic makeup. I moved into my second incarnation group when you guys all came to be, when your incarnation groups kicked in. So that was the first one for you, but it was the second one for me. And so I've just swung on over recently into my third incarnation group because Gaia is born now. Sarah Rose Magdalene is born now. Oh, and that's the other thing is, from my other videos, anyway, shut up, Shannon. That's just, don't need to add that in. All right. So the 13th week is the start of the second trimester, and I am wondering if that is roughly when the calendars, like I know the calendar got changed at some stage, and I reckon it was almost like reset. Anyway, so our goal in the beginning, I know I just said I'm going to refer to us as chromatids, but that's only when I'm talking about us, right? Because there was a God outside of us, Jesus, who created sperm, and there was a God that we were a part of, the egg, Mary Magdalene. The goal throughout the pregnancy we were meant to take what we had from each and blend them together to create who our God will be forever, which is Sarah Rose Magdalene. And instead, we got caught fucking arguing with each other over whose theory of God was right, when you were both right the whole time. So it was really a pointless argument, a very, very, very long 2025 year long fucking argument, mind you. Anyway, so from now on, I'm going to refer to us as chromatids, okay? Which is also how twin flames and soul families come into it, because with the cell division, do I want to go into that now? What am I at? 4 minutes. Okay, I'll quickly show you something. Alright, so this is cell division, okay? And so those little sticks are the chromatids, right? And so here we've got one from Jesus, one from Mary. Then they copy themselves. Then they swap over. Oh, I'm going to get the shadow out of the way, right? So one of each one. So there would be more than this in them, but they cross over with themselves. But then, hang on, where am I? I've got to swap hands so I don't shadow you. Where is it? Here? I can't tell because of the sun. See how what happened is, before they were pulled fucking apart the second time, their little caps swapped over, some of them. So some are like, and that's where twin flames come from. Anyway, I'll do more on that another day. Because at the moment we're focusing on, I guess, the evidence of what I'm saying. Now, in the videos I'd said about us that Mary has negative blood type and Jesus has positive blood type, and this is their second pregnancy because Moses is Sarah's big brother, so second pregnancy. Somewhere along the line, as the more generations happened and we added to the fucking story that was already wrong, I'm assuming that when Mary had the fucking Rogam shot, we interpreted that as Agent Orange. And if you don't know about Agent Orange, so, ooh, what's their fucking, that makes, oh, yep, so thank you, Monsanto. Although this is where I'm saying it's no one's fault. Like, what we have perceived as Monsanto fucking poisoning us with herbicides was just that we were trying to understand what the fucking hell happened. So when you have the Rogam shot, what happens is it covers, it actually, the immune system becomes blind to its own proteins, because the proteins in Mary don't have a spike protein, and then all the proteins that formed from Jesus in us, they have spike proteins. So anyway, it gets masked, and that makes a lot of sense, like when you think about things. All right. So also thinking like it's not the Roman Catholic Church's fault for manipulating everything, because I don't know that they were manipulated. They really thought that they only knew sperm only knew sperm, so they didn't realise there was more players at the fucking party. Alright, where am I at? Alright, I hope this is making sense. Again, I apologise for the sporadicness, but I will never get the info out. Okay, so on a timeline, if we're following pregnancy timeline, so prehistoric would have been before fertilization. So that is Mary Magdalene's DNA, explanation of that, and also of Jesus's. So prehistoric is the sperm and the egg before it was fertilized. Then we've got before conception, which was the zygote stage, the rapid, first there was one, then there was two, and then there was four, and carry on till there was hundreds in heaven and hell. That's where that all came from. That's when we started. It was before conception, the zygote stage, when it was merging all of the fucking chromosomes. That's when the belief that there was a devil, because the sperm didn't realise that the fucking oocyte chromosomes were equal and as equally important. Then we've got AD, which is the after development of the embryo. And then after the first trimester, we were considered a fetus. So the common era is basically from the 4th month to the end of pregnancy. All right. Just because the chromatids are looking at each other, they think that what they're looking at is what they are, and that's where the confusion is. And I think I said that already, actually. Fuck. Sorry. All right, I'm ending it there, so stay tuned for part 5.